Kundalini isn't a feeling. It's a force. A silent, ancient intelligence that doesn't ask permission. It awakens when the soul is ready, not when the mind is. It doesn't knock politely. It storms through, like a river breaking a dam. It surges from the base of your being and begins rewiring your nervous system, not softly but relentlessly, from the inside out. And in the stillness after the storm, you're left wondering, what just happened to me? Why do I suddenly feel like a stranger in my own skin? Why is the world louder, rougher, more electric? You go to the doctor. You take the tests. Everything comes back normal. But deep down, this is not normal. It's not anxiety. It's not sensitivity. It's not something broken. It's something ancient waking up. The problem is, no one talks about this part of spiritual awakening. We hear about peace, about bliss, about enlightenment. But what about the chaos before the calm? What about the pain that comes before the light? So let's go deeper, past the cliches, past the romanticism. Let's talk about the real signs, the ones that shake your body, that baffle your doctors, that isolate your spirit but bring your soul home. Today I want to share with you 6 of the strangest, most misunderstood physical symptoms that only appear when the Kundalini force begins to rise. Not gently, but as a storm that changes everything. These are not metaphors. These are not poetic symbols. These are real sensations lived by real people, silently and alone. And once you understand them, you'll never see your body or your pain the same way again. Because once this process begins, there's no going back. Your body becomes the altar of your awakening. Your cells become the scriptures, and every strange sensation is sacred. 1. Hypersensitive skin and energetic rejection. There comes a moment in the journey of awakening when even your skin begins to reject the past, not out of fear, not out of trauma, but out of truth. Because your truth is changing. A woman once shared with me, her favorite sweater, soft and comforting for years, suddenly felt like sandpaper scraping her shoulders. Nothing had changed. Same sweater, same body, but something deeper had awakened. You'll notice it too. The things that once soothed you, cotton sheets, scarves, rings, even your own blanket, start to feel wrong. Not just uncomfortable, but energetically offensive. Your skin pulls away as if it knows something you don't. It's as though your skin has become a living boundary, an intelligent membrane that can sense the frequency of everything it touches. And it's saying, this doesn't belong to me anymore. Tiny patches of dryness appear without warning. Itching, irritation with no medical cause. You scratch at your shoulder, not because it hurts, but because something is trying to leave. What you're experiencing is not a rash, it's release. Your skin is shedding the memory of who you used to be, the emotional imprints, the energetic echoes, the residues left in clothes, in spaces, in touch. Even objects can hold memory. Your old necklace, a wedding ring, that pillowcase. From a house you no longer call home, your body knows. And in this sacred rebellion, it refuses to wear the past. You'll feel an urge, raw and primal, to touch what's real, to place your hand on the bark of a tree, to feel stones beneath your feet, to dip your fingers into cold, running water. This is your body remembering its original language. The earth, it no longer wants synthetic comfort. It wants truth, texture, connection. It wants the vibration of something alive. So listen, let your skin breathe, let it weep, let it shed the old. Wear natural fabrics, cotton, linen, wool. Bathe in silence. Let the wind touch you like a prayer. Let your skin return to its sacred function as the bridge between spirit and flesh. Avoid overstimulation. Don't drown your skin in perfumes, synthetic creams, or harsh water. In this tender time, less is more. Gentleness is power. If all of this feels strange, it's because no one told you the skin could remember, that it could grieve, that it could awaken before you did, but it can, and it does. So when you feel the rejection, when your skin says no, don't panic. Don't label it as a disorder. Bow to it. Witness it. It's a sign that your soul is no longer willing to be clothed in lies. 2. Sound sensitivity and vibrational overload. There's a moment, subtle at first, when a hum you've heard your entire life suddenly makes your whole chest tighten. The fridge, the air conditioner, the ticking of a clock, sounds that once faded into the background now press against your nervous system like invisible hands. It's not just noise anymore. You don't hear sound, you feel it. In your jaw, in your spine, in your heart. You feel it like a vibration that your body hasn't learned how to digest yet. Music that once moved you now feels like static. The radio hurts. Voices feel too loud, too sharp, as though every word is a blade slicing through silence. Someone tells you you're being dramatic, but they don't know. You're not reacting. You're receiving at a deeper level than most have ever imagined. I knew a man who stopped going to supermarkets, not because of anxiety, but because the layered sounds, the music, the conversations, the beeping of scanners, it all collapsed him from the inside out. What's happening to you isn't psychological, it's vibrational. Your internal sensors have woken up. You no longer decode life just through logic. You read it through frequency. Your nervous system is becoming a tuning fork for truth. And anything false, dissonant, or artificial vibrates against your being like nails on glass. You don't just hear lies anymore. You feel them. You don't just listen to sound. You absorb it. And when it's too much, your body says, enough. So you retreat. Not because you're weak, but because you're wise. Silence becomes your medicine. Solitude becomes your sanctuary. You begin to crave soft rain, wind through trees, birdsong. You don't just want quiet. You want truth in sound. You want nature's resonance, not humanity's noise. Let your nervous system recalibrate. Let the digital world fall away for a while. Step out of the vibration that wounds and into the frequency that heals. You are not broken. You are tuning. You are not fragile. You are refining. And yes, sometimes the sensitivity feels like a curse, but it's the earliest sign of spiritual precision. The world has gotten loud, but your soul is learning to listen differently. Don't fight it. Don't numb it. Honor the shift. Protect the silence. It's sacred now. 3. Organ constriction and emotional memory release. It happens when you least expect it. When the world is quiet and your body finally has space to speak. A sudden constriction under your ribs, like something invisible is clutching your liver. Your stomach clenches without reason. Not hunger, not sickness. Just a tightening that rises like a memory surfacing from the deep. The feeling moves. Sometimes to your kidneys, sometimes the lungs. Sometimes it settles like a knot in your solar plexus, and just as quickly as it arrives, it fades. No medical test shows anything. Nothing on paper explains why you feel like your own body is holding a secret it can't voice. But it's not disease, it's not malfunction. It's memory. Cellular. Energetic. Ancient. Your body remembers what your mind chose to forget to survive. The liver. She holds your rage. The lungs. Your grief. The stomach. Your shame. The kidneys. Your fear. These organs aren't just mechanical. They are spiritual vaults. Your organs have been absorbing the emotional weight you couldn't handle at the time. They became containers. Sacred. Silent. Suffering. But during Kundalini awakening, those containers crack open. The body begins to release, and it doesn't ask your permission, it simply begins. You may feel pressure, fluttering, gripping, or surges of heat. You may suddenly sob without memory, or feel anger rise with no context. This is not mental illness. This is not you being irrational. This is the sacred intelligence of your body doing what your mind could not. You are not broken. You are healing. And healing often begins as a tremble, a clench, a breath caught mid-chest that finally exhales after years of holding. So place your hand on the pain, not to fight it, but to listen. Press gently over your ribs, your belly, your side. Whisper, "I hear you now." Let warmth enter the place that's been cold for too long. A heating pad, a blanket, the sun through a window, or simply your touch. And breathe, slowly, deeply. Not to fix, not to stop, just to be with what's surfacing, without judgment, without resistance. This isn't just physical release, it's spiritual excavation. Your body is not betraying you. It's revealing the map of your liberation. 4. Finger and thumb magnetic pressure. It begins so subtly that you almost dismiss it. Just a little tension in your thumb. A strange pulse in your fingertips when you're trying to stay still. No injury, no strain, no external cause. Yet it feels as though something is moving inside your hands. Twitches, tingles, a magnetic sort of pressure that rises up and lingers. You might wonder, am I imagining this? Why are my thumbs aching when nothing touched them? But the body doesn't lie, especially not during awakening. There's a reason it's the thumbs. These are not just digits, they're symbols, spiritual levers. They represent control, direction, ego will. The very act of pressing your thumbs together anchors intention. But as Kundalini rises, it does not ask for ego permission. It begins to dissolve the old structures of willpower, the ones that once said I must, I should, I can't let go. Energy wants to move freely, and often it seeks exit through your hands, the parts of you that reach, grasp, build, and protect. Someone once shared that during meditation, their thumbs started to jerk and twitch uncontrollably, not violently, but rhythmically, as if the body was trying to act without asking the mind first. It frightened them at first, but soon they realized. It wasn't possession, it was permission. The soul was asking the body to loosen its grip on control. You might notice your hands become warm, or buzzing, or even slightly numb. It's not a flaw, it's flow. Blocked energy seeking a way out. So how do we help this release? Begin with water. Let your hands be held by something older than thought. Submerge them in warm water to soften, or cold water to awaken. Let the water pull from you what words cannot. Imagine your tension dissolving into the current, or simply shake it out. Gently, let your fingers move like wind chimes in the breeze. No goal, no form, just release. Another way, trace spirals. Use your thumb to draw circles in the air or on your palm. Spirals are the language of the soul, symbols of energy expanding and returning. And when it all feels too much, just bring thumb to thumb. Rub them softly together, not to control, but to connect. To remember that what you're letting go of was never truly you. These sensations are not strange, they are sacred. Your body is simply asking your hands to surrender their role as shields and become channels. 5. Buzzing in the mouth and cranial activation. There is a moment, often in stillness, when you notice something subtle. A hum behind your teeth. A buzz on the roof of your mouth, as if something ancient is trying to whisper its way out. It's not pain. It's not a dental issue, it's a frequency, alive and intelligent, nesting quietly in the hidden chambers of your body. Sometimes your tongue presses upward without you meaning to, as if it's trying to reach something above, as if there's a code etched in the dome of your mouth and your body just remembered how to read it. You may wonder, is this real? But what if the question isn't about reality? What if it's about remembering? What if your mouth, the very space you've used to speak and swallow and stay silent, is waking up as a spiritual portal? This space, behind the lips, beneath the tongue, is more than flesh. It's where your ancestors sang. It's where your suppressed truths were swallowed. It's where the voice you were never allowed to use has been waiting, quietly, in the dark. Kundalini doesn't just rise through your spine. She coils through your breath, your vocal cords, your very sense of self-expression. Because how we speak is how we shape our world. The buzzing isn't random, it's rewiring. Your voice is being tuned to speak higher truth, not louder, not sharper, but cleaner, more aligned with who you've always been. This is the echo of sacred memory being stirred. The resonance of old languages, old names, and soul sounds awakening from your DNA. So what do you do when the mouth becomes a mystery? You hum, not to fill the silence, but to enter it. You let the vibration begin within you, not as performance, but as a sacred massage for the soul. Close your eyes and place your awareness in the roof of your mouth. Let it be a cathedral. Let the echo guide you. Not everything needs to be explained. Some things just need to be felt. Breath becomes your ally here. Let it be soft, unforced, reverent. Inhale through the nose. Feel the breath touch the back of your tongue. Exhale through gently parted lips, like you're releasing a secret too. Holy to hold, this is not a malfunction. This is not discomfort, this is spiritual recoding. Your entire upper chakra system, throat, jaw, palate, even teeth, is remembering its ancient role as messenger. And like all sacred messengers, your voice will not come all at once. It will rise in whispers, hums, poetry, vibration, until one day your truth simply walks into the room before you say a single word. 6. Freeze moments and system reset. You're walking through the room, book in hand, or maybe you're sipping tea by the window, and then without warning everything stops. Not the world, just you. Your breath pauses. Your limbs forget their next move. Thought halts like a bird mid-flight, suspended in air. It's not fear. It's not dissociation. It's stillness, divine and absolute. It feels as if the universe has pressed a sacred pause button just for you. Not to stop your life, but to reset it. And in those few seconds, 5, maybe 15, maybe more, your body becomes a temple of silence. Your soul becomes the only voice in the room. You don't move because you can't. Not because you're trapped, but because something inside knows not to. Something wiser than the mind is at work. This is your nervous system going temporarily offline, not malfunctioning, but updating. Like a divine software patch being installed deep in your energetic blueprint. These are not moments of weakness. They're moments of reconfiguration. The old programs of survival, control, overthinking, they're being overwritten by presence. And when the system reboot completes, something new comes online. You might weep softly, without knowing why, or exhale like you've just been born, or feel an insight, whole and wordless, drop into you, like a warm stone into still water. These are holy seconds, transitions, thresholds. You're not between tasks, you're between identities. Your soul is folding in on itself, reorganizing memory, motion, even meaning. The best thing you can do? Don't rush it. Don't force yourself to move. Witness it. Let your body stay soft. Let the stillness have you completely. Let it speak in silence. This isn't something you make happen. It's something you allow. It's grace. Sneaking in through the cracks of time to remind you that transformation is not always dramatic. Sometimes it's a pause. The old self doesn't always go out screaming. Sometimes it simply gets quiet and fades, and something truer rises in that quiet. A new way of being that doesn't rush, doesn't explain, just is. These moments aren't breakdowns, they're sacred breakdowns of illusion. They are the body's way of catching up to the soul, of saying, wait, something holy is happening. Here, you are not stuck. You are integrating. You are not malfunctioning. You are returning to coherence, to clarity, to presence. Have you felt any of these signs in your own body, but didn't have words for them until now? The odd pulsing in your hands, the invisible grip in your gut, the hush that stops time mid-step? If something in this video felt like a mirror, not just of your body, but of your soul's quiet cry for understanding, then I invite you to share. Not just with me, but with each other. In the comments, tell your story. You never know who might read it and feel seen for the first time. And if this spoke to the part of you that's been quietly carrying strange truths no one around you could name, then I welcome you to stay. Subscribe, not just to this channel, but to your own unfolding. Let this be your reminder. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not imagining things. You are returning to the truth of who you've always been, beneath the noise, beyond the roles. This is the part no one talks about. The in-between, the buzzing, the silence, the freeze, the strange and sacred terrain between the old self and the real self. But here, we speak it, we name it, and we honor it. You are not malfunctioning, you are awakening, not in theory, not in metaphor, but in your very cells, your skin, your nerves, your breath. This is what real transformation feels like, and it is holy. Stay gentle with yourself. Let the process move you instead of rushing to move through it. This path isn't linear. It spirals, it softens, it cracks, and then it sings. You are home, not because everything is finished, but because something true in you has finally begun.